Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 setups for today. So we do have the Feds tomorrow, which probably explains a bit of the up and down. Currency is looking a little bit like dollar strength, so it just depends if what happens with the Feds now. I suppose everything is all about when are we going to cut the interest rates. So this 5150 area again in play. We shot through it, we didn't reject it, and now we're pretty much on it. So clearly this is an area of very, very strong interest. Now, if you look at this on the daily, big inside bar, green bar, big tail as well, but now there's nothing in there. It's onwards and upwards. There's no reason to be looking for shorts at the moment. But when we start coming down to the levels we want to be trading, it is very clear that 5190, and I think if we go all the way, 5190, so 5190 is sort of the level we need to pay attention to. This 5153, 5152, 5150, you can see we broke through, we've come back, and now we are just going sideways on there. It is a lower high, so we've created a lower low, and now we've created a lower high. And looking at the oscillators, I suspect we are probably going to come this side of the moving averages again and then sort of just zigzag around for the next 2 days. Very difficult to find entries at the moment, very typical of when we're waiting for noise to come out. So above and below the moving averages, that's kind of the theme that's going on. Oscillators an hour are now getting to a bullish crossover, and we don't really have decent structure. I'll take that back. That's half decent. We have two fractals here at 5150 exact, and that's where we broke through. You can see we broke through with aggression to come back and test it. So we are in amongst the moving averages, so it's a very difficult call to make on the hour. But if we drop down to the 15-minute and have a look at what the situation is here, above moving averages, below the moving averages, oscillators are now bearish. So if you just look at the oscillators, bearish on the 15, bullish on the hour, bearish on the 3 hour, there's really no clear signal at the moment of what is going on right now. We do have a daily gap, and it's actually a weekly gap to the downside, and I think it's a very good idea just to put that in. That is at 5125, and I just want to see if there's any other structure that we do need to be paying attention to. There's that level to the upside and this level to the downside. That's about it. Okay, so at the moment, if you look at what price is doing, we kind of confused the upside, confused the downside, but we are in amongst the moving averages here, and we are sort of hovering on the 150 EMA. To be honest, I don't trust this. I think longs would come into play above 5160, and shorts would come into play below 5144. This zone here that we're attempting to defend at 5153, 5150 area is still the zone to pay attention to. If I could fill it in, I would, because that is clearly what we're looking for. So when you look at this on the hour, we do have a lower low, but then we have a higher high. So this is possibly forming a higher low. If you look at the oscillators, that's kind of what you would expect, and it just depends what happens here. But with the moving averages all flat like this, I don't think it's very wise to jump in. So for me, I think I'm going to be watching this very closely, but not really looking for a trade at the moment. If we have to wait for the noise tomorrow, so be it. We have to wait for the noise tomorrow. Everything is about the interest rates cuts at the moment, so the whole market is just on edge waiting for that. I'm not really interested in any other bit of noise, and it just wants to go higher. So we're just looking for an excuse to go higher. We're not really looking for an excuse to go low, which is a bit of a concern because it's, the normal ebb and flow of the market is, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But if you look at where we are now on the 8th hour, you've got a big inside bar here coming into the close yesterday. Oscillators crossed over pointing to the upside, so it does look like more to the upside, but bear in mind we've had three attempts actually at 51.92, and we failed on all 3 attempts. So this is very typical of a channel that is about to fold. So if you just draw your line along the bottom here, and you can see normally what you'd be wanting to see is a new high, pullback, and then it continues like that, like it has been doing. See that? But what we have at the moment is sideways, so it is ranging. So one of two things are going to happen. Either it's going to continue in this range and break this trend line and then sort of continue sideways. Then we're going to get whatever noise they're looking for. We'll break to the upside, get above 51.90, turn that into support, and then continue from there. Or the second thing that would happen is it'll treat it as a channel break, and you'd break below, come back and test this area at 51.25, and then start looking for levels to the downside for a deeper pullback. So that's kind of the two scenarios at the moment, and right now you can't really call which way it's going. It's a little bit volatile and not worth actually putting money on the market at the moment. So I'm sitting on the sides. I'll wait for the open to see if there's anything that happens, because bear in mind somebody always knows something, so you may see large positions go into the market for some other reason, which could indicate that somebody knows what the Feds are going to say. So I would just wait for a clear signal. This is not a clear signal at the moment, and definitely no clear signal on the 15-minute either. So yeah, wait and see, I suppose, is what we're looking for. Not really keen for longs or shorts, to be honest. So yeah, we'll wait this one out. Hope it helps you somewhat, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.